Hello YouTube, welcome. This is Shonda from Sweet Pea's Backyard Garden. Please forgive any background noises that you hear. I tried to wait till the later afternoon to do this video because it was really hot today. So I live in Northern California and my zone is 9B. Now typically what that means is I know what my frost date is and when I can begin to think about sowing seeds and getting ready to plant them. What I have noticed over time with my hard clay soil, which is going to be the topic of this video, is that description of having a zone 9B only goes so far. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that in terms of my soil. I've seen quite a few videos over the years about digging, no digging, so on and so forth. Guess what? With hard clay soil, I have to do some measure of digging because one, drought, two, hard clay soil, and three, the sun is really harsh here. And the temperatures can range from anywhere from 80 to 105, and it can go on for days and days at a time. So watering can be difficult, but also planting can be difficult. So one of the things that I thought about in terms of posting videos for YouTube, even with things being super saturated on the internet, is I want to contribute to people learning and navigating and moving through the challenges that their garden that all of our gardens give us. And so in light of that goal, I wanted to show you my soil. I wanted to show you the amendments, and of course I'm going to show you one of my tomato plants that I'm sitting next to. All right, let me pan down and show you what I mean. I'm going to do this slowly. So I don't use a rototiller. I don't use any heavy machinery because, again, I'm not a commercial grower. Let's make sure this is straight so you can see. This is what I use. And as you can see, this looks very dry and it's kind of hard, right? When I put my hand in it, it's kind of rocky, but there is a bit of moisture in the soil. I did water yesterday, but it's still, just by looking at it, it doesn't look like there's any water in the soil. But there is, which is so strange to me when I think about how people have described hard clay soil. Now, it goes without saying that I must amend my soil in order for me to get the harvest that I'm trying to get each year. So let me show you what I use. I'm not affiliated with anything, so I'm not getting any kickbacks for this. This is Kellogg Garden Soil for in-ground growing. This is E.B. Stone Organics Tomato Vegetable Food. It's a granular product. You go in it. So you see, this is what it looks like. And typically what I'll do is I'll prep the hole that I'm going to put the plant or seedling in with some of this. I'm just going to put this here so that it doesn't go to waste. And it seems to do well with my hard clay soil. Here's a product. So for example, just using exactly what I said just a second ago, I dug a hole with this tool here for this tomato plant. I put in the organic garden soil and the granular fertilizer in the hole, mixed it up with my native soil, and then planted this seed. So, well, I'll take that back. I sowed this seed, but I put it in a container first. and then I transferred the seedling. Once it got to a nice height, I put it into the ground. And you can see this is doing quite well. So then the other question is the watering. Since I live in Northern California, the drought is just never ending and it just gets drier year after year. How do I maintain a garden that has hard clay soil? Here's the thing. It does retain moisture. So I do have to dig. I don't seem to get as many weeds. And I can water every other day. And it still has moisture. So even when I do this, I feel a bit of wetness. Not super wet, but it goes to show you that just because you have hard clay, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to water every single day. You just have to be able to monitor what you're doing, and you'll be able to grow a significant amount of food, because I did the same thing with this lemon cucumber plant, and the lemon cucumber is merging with the green cucumber, so you may see both green and yellow on here. And I'm using some of this as ground cover, and some of this I'm training up this small tomato cage. But I use the same process, meaning I use this tool with my hard clay soil, and I used these amendments, put them in the hole. Again, I grew these from seed in a small container before I put it in. I think I should add the reason why I do that instead of putting it directly in the ground, because I could have put the cucumber seeds directly in the ground. I have a lot of slugs and what do they call those? The potato bugs, or the little roly-polies, and they go to town on those young leaves. All right, so that is it for this video, and I hope you got something. Leave me a comment. Let me know how your garden is doing. If you're thinking about gardening, what are your concerns? What are your fears? Let's talk through them and engage and learn from each other. Happy gardening.